All right. Thank you everyone for joining today's class. Hope you are well. So first of all, I do apologize because I was trying to log into Facebook, but it didn't allow me. So now I'm streaming on YouTube. So if you'd like to go back to this class, at the end of this class, I'll give you the link and um, you can watch this class from YouTube. Okay, by the way, so can you please remind me, so which number class we are doing right now? আমাকে একটু মনে করিয়ে দেন তো যে কত নম্বর ক্লাস আমরা এখন করতেছি। Okay, and okay, number 8. Okay, excellent. Anybody else? Okay, so out of 8 classes, how many classes have you done? এই 8টা ক্লাসের মধ্যে আপনি কতগুলো ক্লাস করেছেন আমাকে একটু রিমাইন্ড করে দেন। 7. Okay. I can see there are some more students here. Please respond quickly so that I can move faster. So just I'd like to do a little bit of review, then we're going to jump into today's class. And after that, I'll give you some sort of guidance so that you can follow through. Okay, number 1 is we have started with present simple and we practiced a lot. And till today, who is practicing 3 questions? What do you do every day? What did you do yesterday? And what will you do tomorrow? These are the 3 questions. Are you practicing every single day? If you are, please type in the chat box yes. And if you don't, please type in the chat box no. I'd like to see. আপনারা এই 3টা question, even I would say 4 questions, including what does your favorite person do every day? এই 4টা question আপনারা প্রতিনিয়ত প্র্যাকটিস করেন কিনা আমাকে একটু লিখে জানান yes or no. Okay, that's the first question. Second thing is, okay, if you don't practice these 4 questions, I would say you will not improve your fluency. So in that case, you got to practice it every single day, 3 times in a day. Okay. Second thing is, so still, can you remember what was the first structure we have practiced a lot? If you can remember, please type in the chat box. Structure number 1, I'd like to see. And would like to recap the whole things, then we're going to move into our today's class. Excellent. So Arif said subject plus verb 1. Arif, it's not verb 1. So I'd like to see everyone else comment. Please type in the chat box quickly. Subject plus verb 1. Okay, so what was the structure number 2? Yes, no question. Quickly type in the chat box. Structure number 2. And if you haven't stick, if it's not sticking to your mind, so it's gonna create so many problems. So make sure you, okay, do plus subject plus verb 1. Excellent. Do plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Okay, structure number 3. Quickly type in the chat box. Structure number 3. Structure number 3. WS plus do plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Quickly type in the chat box. WS plus do plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Thank you. Thank you for responding. Structure number 4. Past form. Can you remember what was the structure number 4? Structure number 4. Subject plus verb 2. Excellent. So verb 2 means verb 2 দ্বারা আমরা কি বুঝি একটু লিখে জানান। Okay, excellent. Thank you for responding. So structure number 5. What was the structure number 5? Excellent, Shobhan. Thank you for responding. Structure number 5. What was the structure number 5? Did plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Excellent. I'd like to see everybody's comment. Quickly type in the chat box. Structure number 5. Then what is the structure number 6? So past form W's question. What is the structure number 6? Quickly type in the chat box. Structure number 6. WS plus did plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Okay. Okay, if you can't remember, please type in the chat box, I can't remember.
Dr. Imran Raja.
Okay. Okay, so next one is, okay, quickly type in chat box. Otherwise, I can't move faster. If you don't know, just type in chat box, I can't. And if you know, please type in the chat box. Okay, now structure number 7, if you can remember. Okay, structure number 7 is subject plus will plus verb 1. Subject plus will plus verb 1. Okay, quickly type in the chat box. Structure number 7 is subject plus will plus verb 1. And structure number 8 is will plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Right? And structure number 9 is WS plus subject, will plus subject plus verb 1 plus question. Excellent. And the last structure is structure number 9. Type in the chat box if you can remember. WS plus will plus subject plus verb 1 plus question mark. Okay, these are the structure. If you, okay, so if you miss those classes, you got to go through. The class is recorded anyway. I don't like to push you too much. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so today I would like to go through a class. Okay, so today's class is all about comparison. So probably in the beginning classes, I have given you some sort of information.
Thank you everyone for joining.
So I have given you some sort of information about the speaking module, how to get a better score in IELTS exam. And there are 4 things you need to consider. And one of these is grammar. And here grammar doesn't mean that grammatically you got to be right. It means, I mean, what sort of a structure you can prove yourself that you know a lot of a structure, you can use it in your speaking test. So considering that, we're gonna use different sort of a structure. We're gonna use passive, and today we're gonna practice a little bit about comparison, right? And if you are struggling to speak English fluently, I have told you the medicine is 4 questions. So these are the 4 questions you need to practice every single day. I would say I would recommend you 3 times in a day, right? So these are the 3 questions you got to practice every single day, 3 times in a day. So the first question is, what do you do every day? So give a presentation, at least speak 3 to 4 minutes, give 50 sentences. Next question is, what does your favorite person do every day? Third question is, what did you do yesterday? 4th question is, what will you do tomorrow? So if you keep practicing these questions, it's gonna improve your fluency. That's the first thing. Second thing is gonna fix your mistakes in terms of grammar. And third thing is, you're gonna get confidence while you are speaking. So from now on, who is gonna practice these 4 questions? Type in the chat box, me. I'd like to see how many of you would like to practice these 4 questions. আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে জানান যে কারা কারা এই 4টা কোশ্চেন প্রতিদিন 3 বার করে প্র্যাকটিস করবেন। So you need to practice this. Type in the chat box quickly. Okay, thank you for responding. So now the comparison is okay. So now we're gonna learn comparison in this class. So before starting this class, can you please answer me these 2 questions? So which one is the smallest country in the world and which one is the largest country in the world? Type in the chat box. আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে জানান যে সবচেয়ে ছোট কান্ট্রি ওয়ার্ল্ডে কোনটা আর সবচেয়ে বড় কান্ট্রি ওয়ার্ল্ডে কোনটা? Quickly type in chat box. Okay, so Arif said Vatican City is the small country. Okay, and which one is the largest country or biggest country in the world? Quickly type in the chat box. Okay, so if you can answer me in the same format, so a small, a smaller, and the smallest. These are the three forms in comparison. Quickly type in the chat box. Would like to go through a bit deeper, but before that, we need to understand the pattern. So there are three patterns in comparison: a small, a smaller, the smallest. So these three words type in the chat box. আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে জানান এই তিনটা প্যাটার্ন: small, smaller, the smallest. Quickly: small, smaller, the smallest. Okay, so thank you for responding. The next thing is be large, larger, the largest. Large, larger, the largest. Large, larger, the largest. Okay, so when you say a smaller, so we always use a word, it's called than. A smaller than, bigger than, larger than. So these are the words we are using: smaller, small, smaller than, the smallest; larger, large, larger, the largest. Okay, now I'm gonna I'll give you a word and you need to give me three patterns. Okay, so next one is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful দিয়ে তিনটা ফর্ম কি হবে আমাকে একটু লিখে জানান। Beautiful. Okay, so beautiful, more beautiful, the most beautiful. Excellent. Ugly. Ugly কি হবে? Ugly. Ugly. Okay, so these are the things. It's a bit confusing, right? So all you need is you need to memorize this structure, otherwise you're gonna make mistakes. So it's gonna be ugly, uglier, the ugliest. Ugly, uglier, the ugliest. Okay, ugly, uglier, the ugliest. Okay, last one is big. কি হবে? Big. Quickly type in the chat box big. So what are the three patterns of big? Big, bigger, the biggest. Okay, yeah, excellent, excellent. Big, bigger, the biggest. Now the question is, so which one is the smallest country in the world? So give me the answer in a format. Give me answer in the format. So which one is the smallest country in the world? Which one is the smallest country in the world? Now give me the answer in a format. আমার কোশ্চেন হলো সবচেয়ে ওয়ার্ল্ডের সবচেয়ে ছোট কান্ট্রি কোনটা? তাহলে যদি হয় ভ্যাটিকান সিটি, তাহলে লিখতে হবে, give me the full answer. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Okay, quickly everyone type in the chat box. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. I'd like to see everybody's answer. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Okay, now if I ask the question is, which one is the largest country in the world? Which one is the largest country in the world? Which one? Type in the chat box and give me the full sentence. Which one is the largest country in the world? Which one is the largest country in the world? Okay, Russia is the largest country in the world. Excellent. Excellent. So these are the two sentences we use for comparison, right? এই দুইটা সেন্টেন্স আমরা কম্পারিজনের জন্য ইউজ করি। So what I'm gonna do, I'll request you to unmute yourself, and once you unmute, and you need to give me these two sentences in one breath, right? একটা নিঃশ্বাসে আমাকে দুইটা সেন্টেন্স দিতে হবে। So please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go.
Vatican City is the smallest
country in the world. Russia is the largest country in the world.
Russia is the largest.
Excellent, thank you. So I know, I mean, we haven't done the class for a longer period of time. That's why probably you are struggling to give me the sentences, you know, smoothly. So this time, what are you gonna do? We're gonna make these sentences 5 times. How many times you're gonna make these sentences? একটু কমেন্টে লিখে জানান কতবার সেন্টেন্স গুলো তৈরি করব। 5 বার, এবং we'll keep going, we'll not stop, because once this structure is sticking into your mind, in your brain, is gonna go, right? So all I need 5 sentences. That means 5 times. So 5 into 2, that means 10 sentences in one breath. আমি আপনাদের কাছ থেকে 10টা সেন্টেন্স একটা নিঃশ্বাসে শুনতে চাই। Okay, so this is how I need to say. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world. So this is how you need to give me 10 sentences in one breath. So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Russia is the smallest country in the world, and
Russia is the largest country in the world. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world.
Vatican City
It
is
is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world.
Russia is the largest country in the world.
Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Russia is the largest country in the
Excellent, thank you so much. So now, okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of comparison. And before this comparison, can you tell me how many countries you can see on this screen? Please type in the chat box. How many countries can you see on the screen? Okay, 3 countries. So Russia, Bangladesh, and Vatican City. Okay, so now what are you gonna do? We're gonna make a little bit of comparison, and the comparison would be this, right? So Vatican City is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican City. So among these 3 countries, Russia is the largest country in the world, and Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Okay. Okay, one more time. Try to understand. So these are the 3 countries. We'll make comparison one by one. So we're gonna start with Vatican City. So Vatican City is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican City. So among these 3 countries, Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, and Russia is the largest country in the world. Okay, so these are the sentences we're going to practice. Again, I'll unmute yourself, and you need to give me all the sentences in one breath. So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is the largest one.
Russia is the largest one. Vatican is the small.
Thank you. So we understand what you're talking about, but probably it is kind of a bit difficult to produce all the sentences. So what we're gonna do this time, we're gonna make twice in one breath. এক নিঃশ্বাসে আমরা 2 বার করে সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব। Are you ready? If you're ready, please type in the chat box ready. I'd like to see how many of you'd like to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences twice. That means 12 sentences in one breath. Okay. Excellent, excellent. So please unmute yourself one more time and give me 12 sentences in one breath. Unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Vatican
Vatican
is
is
smaller
smaller
than
than
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh
Bangladesh
is
is
smaller than
smaller
Russia.
than
Russia
Russia.
is
Russia is
larger than
larger than
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh
Bangladesh
is
is
larger
larger
than
than
Vatican.
Vatican. So
And
Vatican is
Vatican
the
is the
smallest
smallest
country and
country,
Russia
and
is
Russia is
the largest one.
largest one.
Vatican is smaller than
Vatican
Bangladesh.
is smaller than
Bangladesh is
Bangladesh.
smaller than
Bangladesh is smaller
Russia.
than
Russia
Russia.
is
Russia is
larger than
smaller than
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh is
Bangladesh
larger
is
than
larger than
Vatican. So
Vatican.
Vatican is the
And
smallest country and
Vatican is
Russia
the
is the
smallest country,
largest one.
and Russia is the largest one.
Larger than Vatican City. So Vatican City is the smaller country and Russia is the largest one.
Excellent. Thank you. So now I'll give you 3 things: pond, river, and sea. Pond, river, and sea. And now, can you give me 6 sentences? So first of all, I'd like to request you, just think about this. Which one is bigger, which one is smaller? So pond and river. So which one is smaller and which one is bigger here? Type in the chat box. Which one is smaller and which one is bigger? Pond and river. Just quickly type in the chat box. So pond is smaller than river. Okay. Okay. And river is bigger than pond. So pond is bigger than, okay. So this is how we're gonna make a lot of sentences. Just I'd like to, okay, what if we make these 6 sentences together here? Okay, I'd like to see. 3, 2, 1, go. Just write these 6 sentences together. I'll give you 3 minutes to write down 6 sentences. Right? All you need to do is you need to make 6 sentences as we made before. আমাদের যেটা করতে হবে, এই পন্ড, রিভার এবং সি দিয়ে 6টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করতে হবে। তাহলে কুইকলি আমরা একটু 6টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করি। Okay, pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So among these 3 things, pond is the smallest one and sea is the biggest one. So give me 6 sentences. I'm giving you 3 minutes to type in the chat box. Okay, keep going. আমাকে 6টা সেন্টেন্স কুইকলি Excellent. I can see from Arif all the sentences. Anybody else? আর কেউ আছেন সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স দিতে পারবেন? Ahmed Sharif said pond is the smaller. Okay. Ahmed, pond is smaller. যদি আপনি দি বসান তাহলে এটা রং সেন্টেন্স হবে না। Pond is smaller than river. River is না, আপনি শুধুমাত্র শেষেরটায় দা ইউজ করবেন, otherwise it's a wrong sentence. Pond is smaller than river. River is bigger than pond. Among these, okay, sea is bigger than river. Again, okay, Fazli Rabbi, you made the same mistakes, right? Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is not biggest. Sea is bigger than river. The river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest. Pond is the smallest one. No, still you haven't got it. We're gonna practice one more time. Okay, one more time, and then we're gonna try these three things. Okay, so again, I'll request you to unmute yourself and give me these 6 sentences. Ready? So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start. Vatican is smaller than.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than
and
Bangladesh.
Russia is the largest one.
Vatican. So
Vatican is
the
smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh
Russia is the
smaller than
largest one.
Russia. Russia is larger.
Vatican is.
Okay, thank you. So let me find out who. I need a volunteer who can give me all the sentences in one breath. এক নিঃশ্বাসে সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স দিতে পারবেন এরকম কে আছেন? So electronically, can you please raise your hand? Okay, Arif. Arif, can you please give me all the sentences?
Thank you.
Okay.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one.
Yeah, thank you. So now, using these 3 things, can you give me 6 sentences as well?
Yes.
Go on.
Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest and sea is the biggest.
This is the biggest. Okay, excellent.
Biggest.
Thank you, Arif. I need another volunteer. So who can make 6 sentences using pond, river, and sea? Raise your hand electronically. Okay, let's see. Propel, can you please unmute yourself and give me 6 sentences?
Pond is the smaller than river. River is the smallest than sea. Sea is the smallest. Sea is the largest, and river is the largest than pond.
Propel, you're almost there, but not yet. Right? I have to try. Ahmed, can you please give me all the sentences?
Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than pond. Sea is largest than river.
Okay.
Sorry.
Still, we haven't done yet. We need to practice this one, first one. Once the structure is in your brain, so you can make a lot more sentences. Again, we're gonna practice this, and we'll make so many sentences twice. right? 1 2 3 4 4 okay 6 sentences. So আমরা আরেকবার ট্রাই করব এবার এক নিঃশ্বাসে 12টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করতে। Are you ready? So if you are ready, please unmute yourself and give me 6 sentences but twice. So please unmute yourself. 3 2 1 go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one.
Excellent, thank you. So I would request you, please unmute yourself, all of you. সবাই একটু আনমিউট করেন এবং আমার সাথে প্র্যাকটিস করেন, then I'll go one by one. And yeah, one more time. So you got to make 6 sentences plus 6 sentences. That means 12 sentences in one breath. এক নিঃশ্বাসে আমি 12টা সেন্টেন্স শুনতে চাই. So please unmute yourself. 3 2 1 go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one.
Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than.
So we're gonna go for the next one, and before that I'm gonna go a bit, okay, I'll demand a bit more. So these times we're gonna make all the sentences 3 times in one breath so that it comes automatically, and then we're gonna make a lot more sentences using pond, river and sea. Okay, আমরা এক নিঃশ্বাসে সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স 3 বার করে তৈরি করব, তারপরে আমরা পন্ড, রিভার এবং সি দিয়ে আমরা ট্রাই করব। So are you ready? If you're ready, please unmute yourself. 3 বার করে তৈরি করতে হবে। Unmute yourself. 3 2 1 go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one.
Russia is largest one.
Country and Russia is the largest one.
Okay. Can you please type in the chat box how many sentences have you made? Quickly type in the chat box how many sentences have you made? How many? Okay, Arif said 18. Okay, so this time we're gonna make again 18 sentences using pond, river and sea. We're gonna start with pond. So pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So among these 3 things, pond is the smallest one and the sea is the biggest one. This is how we're gonna make sentence. So we're gonna make again 3 times, right? 3 into 6, so 18 sentences I'm asking for. So please unmute yourself and give me 18 sentences. Please unmute yourself. 3 2 1 go. Let's start.
Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So pond is
The smallest one.
the smallest one and sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. Among these 3 things, pond is the smallest and sea is the biggest one.
Bigger than sea, sea is bigger than river.
Okay, excellent. So now I'd like to test. So Fazlur Rabbi, can you please unmute yourself and give me 6 sentences?
Assalamualaikum.
Assalam.
Pond is bigger than river, river is bigger than sea, sea is bigger than river.
Okay, can you please start again?
Pond is pond is bigger than river, river is bigger than sea,
Rabbi.
sea is bigger than river.
Try to understand what you're saying. Pond is not bigger than river. Pond is smaller. Is it right?
Sorry,
Pond.
mistake.
Yeah, try again.
Pond is pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river.
Mhm.
River is bigger than pond. Pond is a smallest country, smallest one.
And sea.
And sea is the biggest one.
Okay.
It's
Thank you. Thank you. So, Shobon Ali, can you please unmute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is biggest. Sea is biggest.
Okay, Shobon, try one more time.
Sea is biggest than.
Start from pond is.
A pond is smaller than river.
Mhm.
River is smaller than sea.
Mhm.
Sea is biggest
No,
than river.
bigger than river.
Sea is bigger than river.
Mhm.
River is bigger than pond.
Mhm.
So pond is smaller.
Pond is the smallest one.
Pond is the smallest one, and sea is the biggest one.
Excellent. Thank you. Topal, can you please unmute yourself and give it a try? Okay. Ahmed, can you please?
Sir, thank you, sir. Pond is smaller than river. River is bigger than pond. Sea is the biggest. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one, and the sea is the biggest one.
Excellent. Thank you. So we're gonna practice one more time together, and this time we're gonna make 6 into 2. That means 12 sentences together in one breath, right? একনি শেষে আমরা 12টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব। So please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start. Pond is
smaller than river. River is smaller than sea.
Pond is
Sea
smaller
is
than
bigger
river.
than river.
River
River
is
is bigger
smaller
than
than sea.
pond.
Sea
Among
is
three things, pond is
sea
the
is bigger
smallest
than
one,
river.
and sea is the biggest one. Pond is
The
smaller than
river
river. River is
is
smaller
bigger
than
than
sea.
pond.
Sea is
Pond
bigger
is
than river.
smallest
River is bigger than pond.
and
Among these
sea
three
is
things,
the
pond is
biggest
the
one.
smallest one, and sea is the biggest one.
Bigger than pond.
excellent. Thank you. Thank you. So for the last time, we're gonna practice one more time, but this time we're gonna make it 3 times, right? So আমরা 3 গুণ সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব, 3 বার সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব, then we're gonna move forward. So are you ready? If you're ready, please type in the chat box ready. I'd like to see how many of you ready to make all the sentences 3 times in one breath. Okay. So we're gonna start and we will not stop until we make it 3 times, right? So please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller
Pond
than
is
sea. Sea
smaller
is
than
bigger
river.
than river.
River
River
is
is
smaller
bigger
than
than
sea.
pond.
Sea is
So
bigger
pond is
than
the smallest
river.
one. Sea and sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one, and sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river. River is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river. River is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one, and sea is
bigger than river.
River is biggest than the pond. Pond is the
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. So now we're gonna go a bit deeper level. So in your IELTS, you got to do a lot of comparison, especially for task 1. And the reason we are practicing is this, because you got to practice in your task 1 a lot of sentences. So see, I haven't changed that much. Just I added the size of. So আগে আমরা প্র্যাকটিস করেছিলাম pond is bigger smaller than river is smaller than sea. এবার আমরা শুরু করব the size of দিয়ে. The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of এইভাবে আমরা প্র্যাকটিস করব. Is it clear to you? If it is clear, type in the chat box clear. The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So among these three places, the size of pond is the smallest one and the size of sea is the biggest one. So this is how we need to practice. This is how we need to practice, right? So thank you for responding. So now we're going to practice. We're going to start with pond. We're going to do comparison with pond, the size of pond with size of river, the size of river with the size of sea. Okay, now I have got a question. So if we make a sentence, the size of pond is bigger than the river, is it right sentences or wrong sentence? If I say the size of pond is smaller than the river, type in the chat box. Is it right sentence or wrong sentence? If it is right, please type in the chat box right. If it is wrong, please type in the chat box wrong. Okay, I repeat. The size of pond is smaller than the size of pond is smaller than the river. Is it right sentence or wrong sentence? Quickly type in the chat box. If you don't know, please type in the chat box don't know. Okay, I repeat, the sentence I said is the size of pond is smaller than the river. Okay, so this is a wrong sentence because we need to compare the size of with size of. আমরা সাইজের সাথে রিভারের কম্পেয়ার করতে পারি না, আমরা যেটা কম্পেয়ার করতে পারি সেটা হলো পন্ডের সাইজের সাথে রিভারের সাইজ. So if you say the size of pond is smaller than the river, is a wrong sentence. You should say the size of pond is smaller than the size of river. Is it clear? Okay, so make sure you need to. Okay, now we're gonna make again 6 sentences, but using the size of. So this is how I need to make sentence. The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So among these 3 things, the size of pond is the smallest one and the size of sea is the biggest one. Okay, so now all you need to do is you need to give me 6 sentences. So again, I'm going to unmute yourself and you need to give me 6 sentences together in one breath. Are you ready? So please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea.
River. The size of river.
The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond.
Is sea.
So the size of pond is the smallest one and the size of sea is the biggest one.
Okay, excellent. So still a lot of students are confused. They don't know whether the sentence they're making, is it right or wrong? So just I need a volunteer. So Arif, can you please give me all the sentences?
The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So the size of pond is the smallest one and the size of sea is the biggest one.
Excellent, excellent. So please type in the chat box. Thanks, Arif. So Ahmed, can you please give me all the sentences? Ahmed, can you please give me all the sentences? Okay, Shobonali, can you please give me all the sentences?
Yes, sir.
Good.
The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than
The size of
river. The size of river is bigger than the pond.
no, Shobonali. You cannot compare the size with the pond and river. You should compare with size of. So the size of river is bigger than the size of pond. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. আবার একটু শোনান তো প্রথম থেকে. The size of pond.
The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is biggest than the size of pond. Sir, এই জায়গায় সব উল্টে যাচ্ছে।
I think we got to practice a little bit more. Okay, so when I say practice, please practice. Fazlur Rabbi, can you please give me all the sentences?
The size of pond is smaller than size of river. The size of river is the size river is sea smaller than sea smaller than the size of river is smaller than sea. The size of river is smaller than sea. That's
Okay. I'm not sure why you are struggling, all of you. Is it something you are not concentrating, or is it something you are finding it difficult? Type in the chat box. আপনারা স্ট্রাগল কেন করতেছেন? এটা কি আপনারা প্র্যাকটিস করতেছেন না এই কারণে, না কনসেন্ট্রেশন নাই এই কারণে, না আসলে আপনারা ডিফিকাল্টিস ফেস করতেছেন? I need to know. Okay, type in the chat box. What's the reason? Why are you struggling? আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে জানান যে স্ট্রাগল করার কারণ কি। ইজ ইট ল্যাক অফ কনসেন্ট্রেশন? যখন প্র্যাকটিস করতেছেন তখন কনসেন্ট্রেশন নাই, না আসলেই ডিফিকাল্ট আপনাদের জন্য? টাইপ ইন দ্য চ্যাট বক্স, আইড লাইক টু সি। ওকে, লেট মি নো, আদারওয়াইজ হাউ উড আই নো? আমাকে না জানাইলে আমি কিভাবে জানি? হোয়াটস রং? Quickly type in the chat box, I'd like to see. Okay, so we're gonna start with very beginning. Okay, very beginning, and we're gonna practice a lot more. So okay, so we're gonna practice with this, the easiest 3-1, and then we're gonna go for pond, river, and sea. So please unmute yourself and give me these 6 sentences 2 times in one breath. Okay, এক নিঃশ্বাসে সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স আমাকে ডেলিভারি দিয়ে দেখান এবং 2 বার কমপক্ষে। প্লিজ unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Vatican
Smaller
is
than
smaller than
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh
Bangladesh
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest one, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is
Russia
the
is the
largest one.
Bangladesh is largest than Vatican.
Bangladesh.
Excellent. Thank you. So now we're going to go one more time. And this time you need to give me 18 sentences in one breath. That means you're going to make it 3 times, right? So আমরা 3 বার করে সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব, 18টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব, then we're going to stop and keep going a bit faster. So please unmute yourself, unmute yourself, unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than
Vatican is
Bangladesh.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest one, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh.
Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is the largest one.
Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one.
Excellent. Thank you. So who can give me 18 sentences in one breath? Type in the chat box me. I'd like to see. কে আমাকে 18টা সেন্টেন্স এক নিঃশ্বাসে পারবেন? Quickly. So Shobhan, can you please unmute yourself and give me 18 sentences together in one breath?
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smaller country, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is a smaller country, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is the largest than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the
smallest one.
Smallest one, and Russia is the largest one.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. So now I need another volunteer. Tufail Ahmed, can you please unmute yourself?
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is smallest country, and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is the largest one.
One more time.
Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country, and Russia is the largest one.
Excellent. Thank you. So please type in the chat box. Thanks, Tufail. So what we're going to do, we're going to practice again one more time. And this time our target is to make 18 sentences in one breath, right? এক নিঃশ্বাসে আমরা 18টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব. So we're going to keep going. We will not stop until we make 18. Right, so please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Vatican is smaller than
Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Vatican. Russia is
So
larger
Vatican
than
is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is the Vatican is
So Vatican is
Bangladesh
Russia is the largest one.
Bangladesh is larger than Vatican, but Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. The Vatican is smaller than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is smaller than Russia. Russia is larger than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is larger than Vatican. So Vatican is the smallest country and Russia is the largest one. Vatican is the smaller Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the smaller than Russia. Russia is largest than Bangladesh.
Thanks a lot. So now give me again 18 sentences using pond, river, and sea. Pond, river, and sea. So the way you need to say it is pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So among these 3 things, pond is the smallest one and sea is the biggest one. Okay. So give me again 18 sentences using pond, river, and sea. Please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start. Pond is
Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one and sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one, sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea. Sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. Among these three things, pond is the smallest one and sea is the biggest one.
Sea is the largest one.
Pond is
so now just I'd like to see how many of you can do it. So Fazlur Rabbi, can you please give me all the sentences 3 times in one breath? Fazlur Rabbi, can you hear me? Okay. Ahmed Sharif, can you please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences 3 times? Okay, I need a volunteer who can give me 18 sentences in one breath using pond, river. Okay, so only one. So I got only one student who can give me 18 sentences. What happened to others? Type in the chat box. আপনারা বাকি যারা তারা কেন পারতেছেন না আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে জানান. So if you cannot make these simple sentences, I mean doing the comparison on a lot of things, you wouldn't be able to make a lot of comparison in your task too. কারা কারা এই জায়গায় আছেন যারা IELTS করতেছেন বা IELTS করবেন? Type in the chat box IELTS. IELTS. Quickly type in the chat box IELTS. TOEFL. Okay, just one student who is doing IELTS. আপনারা যদি এই ইজিয়েস্ট জিনিসগুলো প্র্যাকটিস করতে এখন যদি আপনার মুখে না আসে তাহলে আপনি রাইটিং টাস্কে কিভাবে এগুলো ইউজ করবেন? ওকে, সো গিভ এ ট্রাই. আমি দেখি যে যখন আমি আপনাদেরকে বলি যে একটু প্র্যাকটিস করেন, দেখি অনেকেরই মাইক সেটা ভাইব্রেট করে না. দ্যাট মিনস ইউ আর নট প্র্যাকটিসিং. ওকে, এনিওয়ে, I don't like to give a specific feedback. So for the last moment, we're gonna practice one more time, right? So please unmute yourself and give me 18 sentences. আমাকে খুব দ্রুত 18টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করে দেখান pond, river and sea দিয়ে. Please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
Pond is
Pond is smaller than river.
Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea.
Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one, river is the big, sea is the biggest one. Pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea,
Pond is
sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one,
river is larger than
pond is smaller than river, river is smaller than sea, sea is bigger than river, river is bigger than pond. So pond is the smallest one and sea is the biggest one.
Pond is the smallest.
Pond is smaller and sea is the bigger.
Okay, so now this is the last bit to practice. So আমরা যেভাবে এবার প্র্যাকটিস করব সেটা হলো সাইজ দিয়ে. The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So among these 3 places, the size of pond is the smallest one and the size of sea is the biggest one. Okay, so this is how I need to practice. So make sure সাইজের সাথে সাইজের কম্পেয়ার করতে হবে. যদি সাইজের সাথে আপনি পন্ড বা রিভার বা সির সাথে কম্পেয়ার করেন তাহলে রং সেন্টেন্স. এবং আইএলটিএস এর ক্ষেত্রে এটা আপনাকে খুবই 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 এটা অ্যাপ্লাই করতে হবে ভালোভাবে যাতে কোনো মিস্টেক না হয়. So you're going to practice with size, right? So please unmute yourself and give me 18 sentences. Again, আমরা 3 বার করে সবগুলো সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করব যাতে আমাদের মাথায় স্টিক হয়ে থাকে. আর এটা যখন আপনার মাথায় গেঁথে যাবে দেখবেন আপনি কম্প্রিহেনশন খুব ভালো পারতেছেন. So please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start. The size of
The
The
pond.
size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So the size of pond is the smallest one, and the size of sea is the biggest one.
The size of
The
pond
size
is smaller
of
than
pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So the size of pond is the smallest one, and the size of sea is the biggest one. The size of
one more time.
pond
The
is
size of
smaller
pond
than
is
the
smaller
size of
than
river. The size of river is smaller than the
Keep going,
size of
keep
sea.
going.
The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So the size of pond
is
is
smaller
the
than
smallest one, and the
Okay, interesting thing is, I can see only Arif is practicing and everyone is silent. Why is that? So please type in the chat box. What's wrong with you today? শুধু আরিফের প্র্যাকটিস শুনতেছি, বাকি সবাই মোটামুটি সাইলেন্ট। So, okay, if you are a bit of tired, we can end of the class here. But still, I see you are struggling to make comparison, right? আপনারা যে অবস্থায় আছেন, যতগুলো ক্লাস করছেন, এর মধ্যে এখন এইটা আপনাদের জন্য ইজি হওয়া উচিত। Okay, so for the last time, you're gonna practice this, and we're gonna end up here. Okay, so Ahmed Sharif said, "Can't cast up the last thing." Okay, listen to me very carefully. So you're gonna start with the size of pond. The size of pond, আপনি কার সাথে তুলনা করবেন? Size of river এর সাথে. The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river is smaller than the size of sea. তাহলে smaller দিয়ে comparison করেন, এবার bigger দিয়ে comparison করবেন। The size of sea is bigger than the size of river. The size of river is bigger than the size of pond. So among these three things, the size of pond is the smallest one, the size of sea is the biggest one. That's it. Did you get it? So one more time, you're going to practice. Please unmute yourself and give me all the sentences. Please unmute yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's start.
the size of
the size of
pond
pond
is
is
smaller
smaller
than
than the size of river.
river.
The size of river is smaller than the
The
size of
river
sea.
is
The size of sea
bigger
is bigger than the size of river.
smaller
The
than
size of river is bigger than the size of pond.
Size of pond
The size of pond
The
is
size
the
of pond
smallest
is
one, and the size of sea is the biggest one.
bigger than
The size of pond is smaller than the size of river. The size of river.
okay. Excellent. Thank you. So in IELTS, you might get some sort of things a bit change. So IELTS আপনারা যেটা রিডিং এ যেটা পেতে পারেন এইরকম, the size of okay, the size, প্রথমে আপনি কম্পেয়ার করছেন, the size of pond is smaller than the size of river, right? প্রথম সেন্টেন্স। দ্বিতীয় সেন্টেন্স, the size of river is smaller than, size of না বলে আপনি বলতে পারেন that of, right? Size of না বলে কি বলতে পারেন? that of. So আমাকে একটু লিখে দেখান, size of equals that of. Size of না বলে আমরা কি বলতে পারি? that of. So মনে রাখার জন্য আমাকে একটু চ্যাট বক্সে লিখে দেখান, size of equals that of. আমরা প্রোনাউন ইউজ করি না, রহিমের পরিবর্তে হি, রহিমার পরিবর্তে শি, গ্লাসের পরিবর্তে ইট। সো এইরকম এই জায়গায় একটু চেঞ্জ, সাইজ অফ এর পরিবর্তে আমরা কি ইউজ করতে পারি? দ্যাট অফ। সাইজ অফ ইকুয়ালস দ্যাট অফ। ওকে, এক্সেলেন্ট। সো তাহলে কিভাবে তৈরি করব? প্রথমে আমরা সাইজ অফ দিয়ে কম্পেয়ার করলাম। সেকেন্ড সেন্টেন্সে দ্য সাইজ অফ রিভার ইজ স্মলার দ্যান দ্য সাইজ অফ পন্ড, না বলে বলতেছি smaller than that of pond. Abar the size of sea is bigger than that of river. Is it clear? আমরা সাইজ এর পরিবর্তে কি ইউজ করতে পারি? that of. এতটুকুই ডিফারেন্স, আর কিছুই না। Okay, so here is the thing. So this is your homework. You need to practice village, district and country. Village, district and country. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to type. You should make 6 sentences using the size of village, the size of district, the size of country. So countdown started right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Give me 6 sentences. আমাকে 6টা সেন্টেন্স তৈরি করে দেখান quickly. Type in the chat box. I'll give you 3 minutes to type and then we're gonna finish up the class. Village, district, country. You can type one by one, right? এক একটা করে সেন্টেন্স তৈরি টাইপ করতে পারেন, সবগুলো একসাথে দিতে হবে না। So quickly, the size of village, the size of district, the size of country. Okay, Shukriya. Suraya said the size of village. No, Suraya, the size of village is. আপনি is miss করেছেন। The size of village is bigger than THAN. Spelling mistake আছে, then THAN, then the size of district. The size of village is smaller than the size of district. Excellent, Ahmed. The size of village is smaller than the size. Shobhan, you're comparing with size with district. No, wrong sentence. একটা সাইজের সাথে আরেকটার সাইজ কম্পেয়ার করতে হবে। সাইজের সাথে সাইজ যদি কম্পেয়ার না করেন তাহলে রং সেন্টেন্স। রাব্বি, what are you doing? The size of village is smaller than the size of district. সাইজের সাথে ডিস্ট্রিক্টের কম্পেয়ার করলে রং সেন্টেন্স। I'm not sure, guys. What's wrong with you today? The size of village is bigger than the size of district. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Tofel said the size of village is smaller. Tofel, then THAN. যদি আপনি THEN বলেন তাহলে wrong sentence. The size of village is smaller than the size of district. The size of the district is smaller than the size of the country. Okay, give me 6 sentences. Give me 6 sentences quickly. Okay, this is how I need to make. The size of village is smaller than the size of district. The size of district is smaller than the size of country. The size of country is bigger than the size of district. The size of district is bigger than the size of village. So among these 3 places, the size of village is the smallest one and the size of the country is the biggest one. Who? Why are you struggling a lot? আমি বলছি যে সাইজের সাথে সাইজের কম্পেয়ার করতে হবে। আপনি যদি সাইজের সাথে ডিস্ট্রিক্টের কম্পেয়ার করেন, সাইজ অফ ভিলেজের সাথে রং সেন্টেন্স। The size of village is smaller than the size of district. The size of district is smaller than the size of country. The size of country is bigger than the size of district. Excellent. Excellent, Arif. Excellent. Okay. This is the homework. So all you need to do is you need to make 18 sentences. You're going to start with Vatican City, Bangladesh, and Russia. Then pond, river, and sea. Then village, district, and country. These are the comparisons. You need to record it on your phone and you need to submit it in your what is called Facebook group. Okay. Okay, excellent. So do you have any questions regarding this? If you've got any questions, so please ask me. Otherwise, we're going to end up the class here, right? So I'll see you on Wednesday, the same time, 3 o'clock UK time, and then 9 o'clock Bangladeshi time. So thank you, everyone. So if you've got any questions, so okay. If you've got any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, we're gonna finish the class here. Okay, Arif, you got a question. So what's your question?
একটা স্পেশাল ক্লাস হয়েছিল শুক্রবারে। তো আমি ওখানে জানতে চাইছিলাম যে আমি অ্যান্সারটা পাইনি। সেটা হলো যদি কেউ ইন্টারমিডিয়েট শেষ করার পর আর পড়াশোনা না করে এবং লং টাইম গ্যাপ হয়, সেক্ষেত্রে তার কি আইএলটিএস করার কোনো সুযোগ আছে কিনা বা কোনো চান্স আছে কিনা আইএলটিএস করার পরে?
Okay, Arif, very good question. So normally UK, USA এই সমস্ত কান্ট্রি যেগুলো আছে এগুলা লং গ্যাপ যদি স্পেসিফিক কোনো রিজন না থাকে তাইলে তারা অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে না, বাট ইউরোপের বেশ কিছু কান্ট্রি আছে যারা 5-7 বছরও ইন্টারমিডিয়েটের পর তারা গ্যাপ অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে। ওকে,
জি বুঝতে পেরেছি।
জি ঠিক আছে, আপনাদের হোমওয়ার্ক হলো এই 3টা দিয়ে বারবার প্র্যাকটিস করে তারপরে রেকর্ড করে ফেসবুক গ্রুপে সাবমিট করা। ওকে, and next class would be on Wednesday, 9 o'clock Bangladeshi time, 3 o'clock UK time.